To make the dough, whisk together 2¼ cups flour, 1½ teaspoons kosher salt, and a ½ teaspoon of instant yeast in a large bowl. I recommend using bread flour here, and for best results, use a scale to measure. The metric measurements are given in the recipe. Add 1 cup of cold water, then use a spatula to mix until you have a wet, sticky dough ball. Rub a teaspoon of oil over the dough, then cover the bowl and let the dough rise at room temperature for 10 to 12 hours. Deflate the dough, place it in a storage vessel, then transfer to the fridge for 1 to 2 days. If you need to lengthen or shorten this time period, the recipe is flexible in this way. See the recipe notes for details. Grease a 10 by 14 inch or similarly sized pan with butter, then pour a teaspoon of olive oil into the center. Remove the dough from the fridge and deflate it. Transfer the dough to your prepared pan, then immediately stretch it so that it fits the pan. Drizzle the dough lightly with olive oil, then cover with plastic wrap. I'm using the press and seal variety here. If you hate the idea of plastic wrap, see the recipe notes for some alternatives. Let the dough rise at room temperature for 3 to 5 hours, depending on the time of year and the temperature of your kitchen. The dough should be very light and airy to the touch. Drizzle the dough lightly with olive oil, then dimple it, taking care not to dimple the very edges. You want to press the dough up against the edges to help ensure it holds its shape during the Parbake. Parbake the dough at 500 degrees for 8 minutes or until it's lightly golden on the top. Remove the Parbaked crust from the pan, set the pan aside, no need to wash it. Turn the crust over and let it cool for at least 20 minutes. Meanwhile, prepare the toppings. For the frico crust, combine 4 ounces of pre-grated cheddar cheese with 2 ounces of pre-grated mozzarella cheese. In a separate bowl, combine a ½ cup of thinly sliced red onions with a ½ cup of pickled hot peppers. I'm using Mama Lil's brand, but you can use pickled hot cherry peppers, which are readily available in most grocery stores. Return the crust to the pan, bottom side down. Begin topping it by lining the perimeter with the pre-grated cheeses. Spread 6 ounces of hand-grated, low-moisture, whole milk mozzarella over the remaining surface of the crust. I'm using Calabro. Drop spoonfuls of tomato sauce over the cheese, using a heaping ½ cup total, then use the back of the spoon to evenly distribute. Spread the onions and peppers evenly over the top, followed by 2 ounces of pepperoni. As noted in the post, this is not the traditional layering order of Detroit-style pizza. In traditional Detroit-style pizza, cheese and toppings go on first and sauce goes on last. Bake at 475 for roughly 10 minutes or until the cheese has melted and the toppings are blistered to your liking. Carefully run a thin metal spatula or a paring knife all the way around the edge of the pan to release the frico crust from the sides. Use an offset spatula to remove the entire pizza from the pan and transfer to a cutting board. Cut into 8 to 10 pieces, then serve. And that's it. For what feels like an astonishing amount of cheese, this pizza does not actually taste too heavy, thanks to the light and airy focaccia-like crust. The Parbake allows you to use a heavier hand with the toppings and ensures the bottom will be crisp. As always, let me know if you have any questions. Bye!